Morning everyone. So rather atmospheric lighting this morning. Not only am I wearing amber, but my face is amber. I'm at the Cirencester Growth Hub this morning. And the reason I'm wearing amber is because I'm going to be talking about Diary Detox Discovery. I'm not going to be talking about the process, don't worry, that's it's not a sales thing. But I'm going to be talking about a great question that somebody asked at the end of my most recent one. So before I do that, I'll come around here so you can see my face and recap the colours. So we have the green behaviours: thinking, communicating and improving. Those are the three things that, if you have them in your diary in the right amount, will take your business, your people and you upwards, make you better. Versus the amber behaviours: monitoring and directing. Those are the things that will maintain status quo, keep things where they are and manage risk. Then we've got red behaviours and we've got brown behaviour. And those are the things that, if you have them in your diary, will take your business, your people and you backwards, make you worse. So, for those that you don't know, I do something called a Diary Detox Discovery. It's a free session that I would do with companies, and it gives them an insight as to what they're actually doing with their time. And at the most recent one I did, I was asked a really great question, and one of the people said, "What colour is this meeting?" And I thought, you know what, that's a brilliant question, because there isn't one answer. And the answer is, it could be any of them. But it's all dependent, it's actually really subjective. It's dependent on the person who is in the meeting. So for example, for me, that meeting is actually red. So that is something that my company does. Yes, it should make it better by bringing in sales, but those were sales I assumed I would make eventually. In the grand scheme of things, it is just an active process. It's a thing that I go through on a regular basis. When I first created it, it was actually green because I was learning about it, whether it worked, what didn't work, and how I could amend it. But now it's a red behaviour for me, and that's not a bad thing. Red isn't bad, it's only bad if you do too much of it. So then you look at the person who's brought me in, which is usually a board member, a CEO, a head of HR, or head of learning development, something like that. And the interesting thing is, for them, it's amber. And the reason it's amber is because they're usually hearing that things should be a certain way, that their people should have a certain mix of green, amber, red, and hopefully no brown. The reason they bring me in is because they're saying, I wonder if that really is the way it should be. And if you're checking to see if things are as they should be, that's an amber monitoring behaviour. So then you come to the people who attend it and the person that asked the question. Now for them, I am certainly hoping it would be a green behaviour. I'm hoping it would be improving. They would be learning something because they get to hear all the categories. They get to understand the colours. They get to apply the colours to their diary if they want to. They get to understand whether their objectives are complete, because I use a subtle technique around that. So for them, I really hope it's green. But it could be that it's brown. They might walk out of that meeting and go, well, that was a waste of time. Now at that point, that's brown. So the answer to the person's question was, it kind of depends. That's only for you to judge. But what it brought up in my mind is, I think it's a good piece of advice for anybody. If you are going to arrange a meeting, I think first of all, you should try to understand the colour that it is to you. And so for me, when I go into one of those meetings, I'll say, well, it's currently a red. That's a task that I'm doing. But I also urge that you think about what the colour is for the other people. Think about them and think, what are they going to get out of it? Is this going to be thinking, communicating, improving, monitoring, directing, doing, or floating? Have that thought, because if it is going to be floating or anything less than what you'd want it to be for them, think about whether you want the meeting or whether you should change what the meeting is going to be doing or how it's structured. So that's it. If you're curious to know what your people are doing and whether they're doing the right things, having the right mix of colours, then give me a shout. Go to diarydetox.com or ask me any other questions about it. I'm always happy to answer questions. In the meantime, sorry if it's a bit of a longer one, but I think it's a really important one. But in the meantime, have a great day. Have a great week.